Today, we are here with Ginybel Belgira, who will take us with her on her trip to the Philippines. Welcome, Ginybel.
Thank you.
I know the Philippines is where your family is, and I know you had a few reasons to visit this time, but you had to go because your mother was having an operation, and because your cousin, who is a priest, was celebrating 20 years as a priest, and also a friend who was a priest was celebrating his
50th birthday.
50th birthday. So you had kind of a family reunion of sorts, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
So how often do you go to the Philippines?
Ideally, I should actually go home like every year. However, sometimes I'm so busy and I can't do it. Also, when I have to go home, I feel like I have to stay for 30 days at least because there's just so many people to see, relatives, friends, and places to go, and it's just not enough. Plus, it's also an 18-hour direct flight.
Yeah.
And if it's not direct, it could go for 36 hours, believe it or not.
Oh my.
Yeah, so it's a long flight.
So you really need 30 days just to go. I mean, to finally...
To make it worth it.
Yeah, and to get comfortable with your sleeping and everything, your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always get jet lag. Yeah.
I would believe it. Before we get started, I did want to mention that Ginybel is a member of the Littleton Country Gardeners. She's the vice president, and her job is, welcoming new members, and she sends cards for birthdays and for people who are ill. And this is what I got for my birthday this time. Ginybel makes the flower arrangements and gives us a lovely flower arrangement for our birthdays. So I just wanted to mention that's an important thing, and we appreciate it so much. So where is your home in relation to Manila?
Okay, the Philippines consists of like more than 7,000 islands.
Right.
But it's divided into three regions, big islands, I mean. The Luzon, which is where Manila is.
Yes.
And then Visayas in the middle, which is where my island is, Panay Island. It's the largest island in the Visayas. And then Mindanao, also one huge island. So I'm in the middle. It's about, I don't know in terms of mileage, but I know it's like an hour flight from Iloilo to Manila.
I did hear that the flag has 3 stars, and that's because of those islands, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Also that there's something like 22,000 miles of coastline, and they mentioned that it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, yeah. This time when I went home, I realized that there's still a lot of virgin beaches because there's so many islands, and not everybody, except most of the locals have been to these islands because there's just so many of them. But also tourism is developing these islands and kind of marketing it to tourists.
Oh, okay. Did you get a chance to do a little travel while you were there?
Yes, I did. We went island hopping. So Panay is the island where my town is, and there's a little island next to it. That's actually where most of the dried mangoes that is marketed here coming from, the Guimaras Island. And there's a big island of Guimaras, and there's little islands next to it. So we went island hopping by boat. That was fun. It's all family. It was actually one of my cousins also celebrated his birthday, so that's why we went island hopping. So there's like about I'm not sure if it's 100, close to 100 of us,
Oh
or maybe
my.
not. No, maybe about 60, and we used 4 boats to go island hopping.
Well, what do you recommend for tourists? Like, if they were going to the Philippines, what would you suggest that they saw?
Probably if you're a scuba diver, there's so many scuba diving places, beautiful places in the Philippines. Could you just imagine, 7,000 islands? So
Yeah.
there's plenty of that there. And if
Probably.
island hopping is also a popular thing there. And then there's a lot of other activities that you can do, to be with nature in those places.
Huh. And Manila being the capital, it's probably you probably want to stop there for sure
Yes.
if you're going.
Yeah, I was surprised, like 10 years ago, it's so much different. Manila is like, it's international. They have a lot of casinos now, and they have a little Venice. They have a little of every country in the casinos too. So there's a lot of things to do. Shopping, of course, if you like the casinos, a lot of what else?
Well, mostly going to those beaches too.
And the beaches is the number one. I think, tourists go there for the beaches. I heard that a lot of Asian countries like Korea, Japanese, actually there's a lot of those people there going to the beaches. Yeah.
And you have how many volcanoes?
I'm not sure.
Like 20 or something?
Yeah, we do have a lot.
And that you have earthquakes every day. But they said that they're so mild you don't feel them, but there are earthquakes every day. That's
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, actually this month, November, there was a 6 intensity earthquake in Mindanao, and my friends who are in Luzon, who is in the other island, far from Mindanao, they were so scared because of the intensity, but apparently they didn't feel it. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And it seems like there was not a lot of destruction with that earthquake, because I think probably it's in the mountains, and Mindanao is a huge place, mountains. There's still a lot of undeveloped places. Yeah.
So I do understand that it is a beautiful country, though.
It is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about, okay, if I wanted to go to the Philippines, actually Taiwan is pretty close too, isn't it?
Yes.
And my husband had said he had been there years ago. So I just wondered, what would I be looking for? I know that there's, first of all, I know if you are going there that Filipino and English are the main languages, right?
Right.
So you have that. And there's, you have your own folk dances.
Yeah, that's
Which
also
they say-
popular there.
Yeah. And the food, what is the main food there?
Oh, I forgot about the food. Yeah, I think when I go home, that's the most thing that I want to experience, the food. A lot of fish, fresh fish, because, of the ocean.
Yeah.
And also a lot of vegetables and fruit trees. Yeah, there's so many exotic fruits there. And like coconut, young coconut is really very refreshing to have.
Okay. What about, I guess, do you use rice for every meal?
And rice, yeah.
Yeah.
We have,
And
yeah. We eat rice 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it doesn't hurt your blood pressure or your weight or anything like that to have rice 3 times a day,
Yeah,
apparently.
they said if you eat too much rice, it's bad for it makes your waistline bigger. But I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I had read that it's like one of the meals is chicken and with soy sauce.
Yeah, native chicken.
Yeah.
We have a lot of native chicken running around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
and people eat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, same here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what, let's see, what else do you want to tell us about as far as the Philippines is concerned? I mean, you know, it's, first of all, the flight is going to be long. But once
Yeah.
you've gotten over that and you want to go to the Philippines, okay, you probably, like you say, you're going to be someone who likes scuba diving and how about hiking, probably?
There's a
and-
lot of hiking in the mountains. Yeah. Yeah, basically a lot of beaches. That's where you go.
Okay.
And eat a lot of local fruits
Okay.
and
And the
food.
sun, is it really sunny there or?
It's there are rainy days, but mostly it's sunny, and it could be humid sometimes. But if you're in the beaches, there's a lot of breeze, and so it's not really, you don't feel the humidity. But in Manila, all the shopping malls are, air conditioned. So, but when you go outside, then you could really feel the humidity. So some people don't like that much the humidity.
Oh, okay. But things to see, like, do you have something in particular that you say you've got to come and go to this island and see this or that island and see that, or just stay near Manila?
Oh no, I think you have to go different places in the Philippines, like different islands. So, you have a 30 or at least 24-hour flight, and then you have to, I guess it's ideally you have to transfer or to go to different places, islands. You have to also board the plane. It's usually a 1-hour flight.
Yeah.
So a lot of plane hopping.
Okay. So you decide
Yeah.
that you want a particular island then that shows you
Yeah.
volcanoes or beaches. And,
Right.
what about any monuments or?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of historic places like Bataan.
Okay.
That's yeah. I'm not very good at history, but
But
yeah.
you probably know.
Yeah, there's Mayon volcano, which is in Luzon, and then another volcano, popular volcano, Taal volcano, which is also in Luzon. So you could drive there from Manila. It's about a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
But
So,
it's
in
very
other words,
scenic.
You probably want to make Manila the spot to go to, and then you can just spread out to see.
Yes, but in the Visayas, because of the beaches and there's so many developments there, you also need to go to Cebu. It's as beautiful, if not more beautiful than Manila. Yeah, a lot of resorts.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, though, how did you happen to come to the U.S. and settle in Littleton? Although we're so tickled to have you here, but I wondered about that, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just fate. I was recruited from where I graduated I graduated in Manila, University of Santo Tomas. It's one of the oldest Catholic university actually in Asia, or maybe the oldest in Asia.
Okay.
So I was recruited and I went to Bay State Medical Center in Springfield, Mass.
Oh.
But I always wanted to go to New York City because that's where my friends and classmates were. So I only stayed 1 year in Bay State and went to New York and stayed 17 years in New York as a nurse.
Oh.
And then, I don't know, I had the itch for travel. We have traveling nurse at that time was very popular.
Yep.
So I said, I want to see, you know, the United States and what could be better than traveling. So I left my job in New York and went for a traveling nurse. But I only traveled 2 places in Michigan and back here in Massachusetts. And then, you know, I like it here in Massachusetts. I was hired by McRae in Belmont, and I tried to look for houses in Belmont, but it's very expensive.
Right.
So it took me to Littleton.
Oh, okay.
For the price of a 1-bedroom, I got a house here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how I ended up in Littleton, and I like it here.
Good. We like having you.
Yeah, I love
but,
it here.
But I do remember now that the Philippines has like 24% of the traveling nurses or nurses that are probably in here or in the world. I'm not sure.
Yeah, is it 24%? Because when I was in college, the dean, which is one of our professor, always tells us that second to Copra, you know, the nurses are the number 2 exports of the Philippines.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have all nurses coming here. That's great.
Right. So when I was in college, like we were trained to go to the United States. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, and at one time, you know, in school, we were asked, "Why did you become a nurse?" And we were joking to serve the people in the United States because we know we want to go to the United States. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, it sounds like okay. I just, you know, if anybody wants to get any information about the Philippines too, there's a place on a website that gives you 50 facts about the Philippines, and it makes it look very tempting to go there. And
Yeah.
it sounds beautiful.
It is a beautiful
Yeah.
place. Plus, because the conversion of $1 is equivalent to 52 pesos.
Oh.
So your money goes a long way.
I
there.
guess. Yeah. Good.
So
Yeah.
you know, so it's an inexpensive place to visit. Plus, you really can see a lot of places, and you'll be with nature.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like the main thing, nature. Also, with nature, the Philippine people are very very kind to the families. I can tell because you went home for your mother. Yeah, and that really is a good thing. So, well, and then with family comes joining clubs that do things for the town, like the Littleton Country Gardeners that you're in. And wanted to mention again that Ginybel is the vice president of that, and we're always looking for new members who want to help beautify the town, right?
Right.
What was it we said? How many sites do we have?
We have
12?
12, or going on 13, because we just took Mannion
Oh, okay.
back. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we have
have
many sites around town. If you see Littleton Country Gardeners working away on a street corner, you'll know that you can stop and talk to them and maybe consider joining us. So anyway, Ginybel, I'm glad that you came today, and I hope that you know, people think about traveling to the Philippines. I don't know that I would for all the hours that it takes, but then again, I
think
have
it's
trouble going to
worth it.
California for that many hours. So, although I do like to go to, Europe, so, but it seems shorter from Massachusetts anyway. But, so good luck with your family and your trips back and forth. And we'll be looking for you in town.
Thank you, Barbara.
And thank you for these. Very nice.